Hello, hello, hello. Who's joining us today, this evening? Hello, everybody. Day 5 of our DSA at 50 question time live. Hello, Rochelle. How are you? Dee, how you doing? Hi, Rochelle. Good evening again. How are you? I hope you're okay. Justin Manuel, good evening. How are you? Innocent, good evening. Patty, hello. Hello, 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 guys. I'm so excited to join you today to be hosting another day. This is really cool for me. I'm really enjoying this, and I hope you guys are as well. So as you're coming in, can you start sharing? Julie, good evening. How are you? Daniel, good evening. Maurice, how are you? Howdy, howdy. Adeola, hello, good evening. Good evening, ma. Esther, how are you? Good evening. Hello for me. How are you? Daniel, again, good evening. Thank you for sharing. I can see some people are sharing. So can you all share, please? Michael, good evening. Gregory, good evening. Good evening, everybody. I hope you've had a pleasant day today. I've had a pleasant day as usual. Hello, Michael. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, as you're coming in, please share. And also, if you have any question, you can send it below in the comment section below. So write your questions in the comment section below. Yay, thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, guys. I can see people are sharing. Curtis, thank you. Titi Lola, thank you. Good evening. Oriyomi, good evening. Izinwe, good evening. Hello, 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 everybody. How was your day today? Titi Lola, hello. I'm okay, Titi Lola. How are you today? Thank you. I resemble Marie. Okay, Curtis. I don't know who Marie is, but good evening, Curtis. Good evening, Michael. Jane, good evening. Thank you guys for joining us. Please share and invite your friends as well. So you can share on your main page, and also you can invite your friends individually as we're coming in. You know how it goes down every evening, and for the rest of this month, or at least until the 28th of May, is a special Golden Jubilee question time. You can ask Dr. Sunday whatever question you like about him, about his ministry, about his growth, about his wisdom, knowledge, about everything regarding Dr. Sunday. So here's your opportunity. We've had a swell of a time in the last few days, and I can't wait to see how this progresses over the next few weeks. Good evening, Ngozi. Jane, good evening. Thank you, Jane, for sharing. I can see that you've shared. Thank you so much. Guys, please share, share, share. Let's all share. The more, the merrier, right? Yay. Good evening, good evening. Okay. So, guys, I know it's been real fun the last few evenings. So I feel like I can talk to you and you can talk back to me. You know, what we've learned over the last few days. So if anyone can just kind of remind or let me share, I can share. How do you keep up with, okay, this is some of these questions. So we will record that question. Shared, nice teeth, thank you. Thank you. Nice teeth. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Jamie, good evening. Good evening, Pastor Sunday and beautiful family at DSA. That's D saying that, Pastor.
Yeah, let me greet them.
Okay, let me turn to DSA so that you guys can see him. He's right here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Okay, guys, you see he's here, he's in the house. So how was your day? How was your day today? And also, if you remember what we've been discussing over the last few days, does anyone have any further question regarding that, or any comments to make? I'm going to read some of the comments out. It's still hello at the moment. Olayinka, hello. Hello, Jolie. Ngozi, good evening. Curtis says hello to you, sir.
Just go there and summary of what you're discussing.
Jacob. Okay.
1 hour is short.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Anastasia, hello. Okay, guys, as you know, or if you don't know already, the question that I asked Dr. Sunday a few days ago was how he felt about being 50. What about being 50? And the answer was that he was excited, which at first I thought that's a good answer, excited. Then he continued and said he was excited about having gray hair, which I just thought, okay, I know you're different from everyone else. You're not like anyone that I've seen, but saying gray hair, maybe I can expect that from you. You always amaze me. But then what really shocked me was that he's getting close to death, that he's just so excited, he can't wait. And that really upset me at first, but in the last couple of days, he's giving explanation, he's giving his rationale, his mindset on the reason why and what heaven was like. I mean, you need to go, if you weren't with us in the last couple of days, you need to go back to the videos from yesterday and the day before. The way he explained heaven, you would not want to stay on earth. I mean, if there's any way you can just check out and say, I want to go to heaven right now, you would want to. So he explained the reasons. First, he started with the gray hair. And what the meaning of gray hair is an alarm, it's an alert from God. And I can concur with that, because after he gave the explanation, I understood. And I've had gray hair for some time, so I understood the reason. And he added knowledge to me, because I'd always thought that gray hair was just a sign of wisdom. That's what somebody said. Well, a few people said. But now I know better. And then he explained that, expand on God's alarm, alert system. It could be due to health issues. The various explanations that makes absolute sense, not the sign of wisdom. And even though you don't see any sign of wisdom in yourself, but you believe it when people say you have gray hair very young because you're wise. Then when it moved on to the heaven, oh my God, from dismay from my side to excitement that, wow, heaven, I cannot wait to go. So he explained that yesterday. He gave his reason. Of course, we all say, we use this analogy a lot, that this is like paradise, this is like heaven, but none of us is willing to die. He's the only person that I know that is excited about death, and he can't wait because he understood what heaven is like, and heaven is much better. He explained how our flesh would be, and then there were various questions coming out of that. A lot of the questions I asked, I realized that they were selfish. I thought that earth is better than heaven, and also I believe that I'm enjoying whatever I am enjoying here on earth, and heaven cannot be compared. I wasn't thinking. But since yesterday, I put my thinking cap on, I have better understanding, and I hope you guys do too. I was really impacted by the knowledge I gained yesterday. I think it's giving me, it's taking me to another step with God, an understanding of heaven and the relationship of what I'm doing here, and what it's like when I do go to heaven, which I talk about, but I don't want to die, even though I talk about heaven, or I know about heaven, and we all say we want to go to heaven, but we don't want to die. But I have a better understanding now of that. And then there were questions coming in terms of health, and especially health and gray hair. There was a question yesterday regarding health and gray hair, or the alarm system with other terminal illness. But before I go into that, can I just say a quick hello to people as well? Informa, good evening. Anastasia, good evening. And as I'm saying that, before DSA starts is answers. Can we please share? Please, guys. Queen Anastasia, good evening. Ifoma, good evening. Good evening. Olayinka, how are you? Julie, hello.
You spend all your time greeting people.
Okay. That's true. Yemi Shegun, hello. I just want to greet you guys and I appreciate you. But I also know that once this time is ticking and once it comes to an end, I don't want to leave. And I feel cheated that I haven't spent enough time. So let's get right straight to it. There was a question yesterday, sir, which was about terminal illness. And if that was also related to the alarm system of God, if God was using terminal illness, such as cancer, to alert someone or alarm them, like with the gray hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I answered. I think I answered this question to a large extent. It might not be loud enough. Maybe we might need to. I suppose I answered the question about cancer and terminal diseases and sicknesses. One time we were in the car with you and Pastor Derek, and I think that could be mostly. I hope that it's on the internet already, on YouTube, on Facebook, and then people could go and look at that, and the answer is already there. I don't like to repeat myself. I would rather use the time to go and do new things and talk about other things that I've not spoken about. Why there are still other things to be spoken about, why spending time to speak about things that have already been recorded. So yes, there is a role that terminal diseases play in getting you ready for heaven. In most cases, when people die suddenly, it's better for them if they are already ready to go to heaven before they die. But a lot of Christians are not ready to go to heaven. They are holding grudges, they are holding malice, they are holding unforgiveness against people. And so terminal diseases is such an instrument of correction and of setting them free from their grudges and anger and sin while they are sick. So that's why David said that God taught me, God teaches me in the bed of my sickness. So in our bed of sickness, God teaches us wisdom. And so terminal disease in that situation helps you get ready and prepare for heaven. On the other hand, terminal disease also helps you lose grip of all the things of the earth that you have come to fall in love with. A lot of us we are not really in love with Christ. We are in love with the world. So, but when we are sick, during the time of terminal disease, cancer, things like that, you are in so much pain that you lose taste to those things that you used to love before. You lose interest in those things that used to take your time and your life. The Bible says there's only one thing to love in this world. You love the Lord your God and you love people. And if you are loving any other thing above the Lord your God or apart from the Lord your God, then you will not go to heaven. But terminal disease becomes your salvation, and it becomes a help for you during that time. Because during the time of terminal disease, you have so much pain and so much desperation that you are ready to give up anything and everything. So if you are in love with money during time of sickness, people lose interest in that money. If you are in love with people above God, you leave all that. So that's why it is in the time of sickness and especially terminal diseases that people come closer to God. So there is a way, there is a wisdom in time of sorrow. And that's why Solomon told us in the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes that it is better to go to the house of those who are suffering, who are sorrow, who are in distress, and who are grieving and mourning, than to go to the house of people who are just marrying and partying. Because there is wisdom in sorrow as well, and there is wisdom in mourning.
Wow.
So that's how I would say terminal diseases could be used for eternal purposes.
That was serious. Not that I haven't heard this before, but hearing it again. And guys, I have to apologize to Dr. Sunday and to you guys because I was supposed to have posted this video for weeks now and I haven't. Well, I would do it this week. Okay, I will do it. The one about terminal illness, it will be titled "The Role Terminal Diseases Plays in Preparing You for Heaven." So I will post that on YouTube and also copy onto Facebook. So apologies. So guys, did you hear that answer? That answer was quite deep, and I know that a lot of people need to hear this response. In addition to that video, can you start inviting people now to hear this? Because this is important. There are people that are ill, or they have some sort of illness and they're feeling like, they are lost, and, they're angry at God, or they just angry generally and feel sorry for themselves. So this is an opportunity. Hearing this would empty you or help you from feeling sorry for yourself, because knowing that God is actually giving you an opportunity to prepare yourself for heaven, what more could you ask for? It's like, that's like a heads up to where you're going, that, you need to prepare, clean your heart, clean your closet, prepare your home. So, wow, that's really amazing. And for anyone that have any disease or any illness or any affliction that feels like, this is the end and God hates them and they're not even happy about going to heaven, I think this is good news. So, guys, let me move on to the next question, because that's been answered, and also the videos that you watched that I will post. Sorry. Okay, there's one that is about you going to heaven, sir. And it says, on looking forward to going to heaven now, do you think that you have completely emptied yourself of all that you carry as it is so far?
Okay.
Okay.
No, I didn't say I'm ready to go to heaven now. What I said actually is that I know when I'm going to die, and it's not now. I know how many more years I'm left to live, and I know that I'm ready. Even though I'm ready to die, even now, but I'm not going to die now. I just happen to know how long I'm going to live and when I'm going to die, because I love to die. I love death. I love it as my celebration, as my victory. But I'm not going to die now. What I'm saying, and what people misunderstand, is that they think I'm saying I want to die now. I just said I'm ready to die now. I would have liked to die now, but that doesn't mean I'm going to die now, because I have a lot of work to do still. And I have to do that even though I love to die, but I cannot die now because I have the Father's assignment to do. So, and I've not really finished that assignment, and I'm not completely empty myself. So, the fact that I'm thinking of death every day, and I'm, looking forward to death every day, that doesn't mean I'm going to die now, because I have to finish my work first.
That's interesting. Hey, smile, he's not ready to die. He's not dying. Okay? Chill out. He's not dying. So, you've heard that. He's not emptied himself. There's still so much more. So look forward to more. So that's why the live broadcast that is coming from June, there's more. He's got a lot. He hasn't emptied himself. So there's so much more. I'm so looking forward to that. The fact that, yes, he even said it himself. So he's not dying. Calm down. It's only Dr. Sunday's birthday, okay? I know you can't wait, but he's not dying. So he hasn't emptied himself. There's so much more in him that he would share with us over the next few years. I have a question, sir. If you say you know when you're going to die, please tell me. When is it? I really want to know. I'm interested in it.
So, you could be interested in knowing when I'm going to die, but I think you should be more interested in knowing when you are going to die, or how long you are going to live. There is a reason why God does not reveal to people when they are going to die, even to their own death, talk less of other people's death. So if God is not revealing it to you, who am I to reveal it to you? He revealed it to me because of my personal relationship with him. Develop your own personal relationship with him, and it will reveal your own information to you. It's something called personal. It's not for you. It's my life.
Guys, guess what? Yeah, you see this question? I've asked it before, and it gave me like, why do you want to know? I was looking forward to that, so that you guys can laugh. That why do you need to know? This is even a more sorted answer that he gave me the last time. He thought I didn't remember that I have asked this question before, and he was like, "So, what do you want to know?" No, I'm not telling you that. I am not telling you. Do you know how it goes? Like, why do you need to know? Why do you need to know? It wasn't funny that day. I was just thinking, okay, I just want to know, okay. But on a serious note, it is true. Why do I really want to know? What's it going to do for me? Am I going to go and prepare something for it? I don't know, but I really want to know. I'm still interested, even after that answer. I'm still interested to know, but I'll get over it, okay? Not knowing, and I don't really want to know when I'm going to die. I don't. I just want to be able to do what I need to do. I'm only just finding my purpose and trying to understand myself. So death is not even in my radar. I would develop that relationship later. So guys, actually I can see that you're laughing. I'm laughing at myself. I find it really funny, but I still want to know. Guess what? I really do want to know. Just for knowing's sake, it really doesn't make sense. So hey. So, sir, there's another question. Which is not related to this. So, guys.
Are you sure you've answered all the questions that are related?
Yes.
Because there are some other questions that I saw there yesterday that you have not read yet. So just make sure you've answered all the questions that are related, then we can move on from there.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, I think I've answered that. I've asked all the question related to that.
Okay, please, next one.
So somebody says that, how do you deal with forgiveness of what you have endured during your childhood, and how do you deal with flashback of painful memories? You know, because this has been, you know, especially what you gave us biography during the Saturday summits. So how do you deal with those memories of all those painful memories of your childhood, and do you have flashback? Because this person is assuming that you have flashback, because he or she said that, how do you deal with flashback of painful memories?
I don't understand that, because I don't know what that means. I don't have any experience of a flashback of painful memory. Nothing like that. That's unfamiliar to me. I don't know what that means. Maybe when I was I was an unbeliever, maybe before the Lord, I met the Lord. But since I met God, all things have passed away. All things are new. I don't have any memory, any pain of the past at all. I don't even know what that sounds like. I have memory of the past, but they are not painful. They are lessons. I have converted all my pains. That was my last Saturday's teaching. The things that I thought that were painful, and I thought were inferences, references, evil, bad references. Those bad references to me have been turned to positive references. They are no more painful. They are now my strength. When I think about my loss, my brothers and my uncles and my cousins that died tragically, I see the positiveness in that now, and thanks to that, I've gained a lot, and I am who I am today. When I think about my poverty and my scars and my pain, I've told you in details last Saturday. How was it this last Saturday? I think it was this last Saturday. How all those references have now enriched me. So I don't have any flashback. If I have any flashback, they are of thanksgiving and praises, because I can now thank God clearly for each one of them, because I see the results, and they just like Joseph, trying to say that Joseph will have a flashback of pain. Joseph doesn't have the flashback of pains. He was rather the one comforting his brothers and telling them that everything that you meant for evil, God turned for good. I see the result. So the only people who have flashback of pains are people who refuse to convert. Are people who refuse to convert. If you refuse to convert what evil you went through, what negative things you went through, what pain you had to endure in your past. If you didn't convert that, then it will remain pain. Then you could be having flashback. But I have converted every one of my experience for good. If you are, let's say, raped as a child, and you didn't turn that to a lesson and a blessing to other people, it will remain pain. But if you have turned it to an NGO or an outreach, or if you have turned it to school to prevent other people from rape, or to help young girls, you have that rape has been turned to your plus, has been turned to your positive blessings. Now, because thanks to that rape, you have a ministry. Thanks to that rape, thousands of ladies are not being raped. Thanks to that rape, girls are being preserved. Thanks to that rape, you are reaching out to people. You have disciples. So all that pain has been turned to so much blessings and positive things that you never remember the pain. You now remember the blessings. So if it is poverty, and because of that you have worked hard, you had poverty in your past, and for that poverty you've converted it to work, to hard work. And thanks to hard work, you have gained so much success, not just for yourself, but in my own case, I have started raising up other millionaires. I have created over 200 millionaires in my lifetime. And if I have created millionaires, I don't remember poverty anymore. I'm remembering the millionaires that have come just because I have lived in poverty. And because I live in poverty, now I have another dream to bring out 40 million people out of poverty. I have converted that, my pain, into 40 million people that will come out of poverty. So how can I be remembering something that played so much role for me, so much good role, made me to be able to bring out so much products, wonderful products. So no flashback of thanksgiving only, and thanks for all those sufferings and all those pains, because they made me to be able to create all these positive realities and products and projects.
Wow. This kind of answer really humbles me to hear something like this, because I still want to know something, sir, because for many people, when anything negative happens to them, they don't convert them, or they can't convert them. They're not able to. It's not even something that they can comprehend to convert. What is it about you? I think that's one thing I've always want to know or find out. It's something, maybe it's in your genetics, or I don't know, maybe something struck you as a child while you were in the bushes. I don't know, but there is something somehow that separates you, that makes you stand out from the billions of people. Or I don't know billions of people. I know there are billions of people in the world, but they don't easily convert negativity to positive. They rather hold on to it, or even if they're in a better position now, they'll hold on to it or use it as a yardstick for other people, that I went through this. Even my own father, as I'm using myself as an example, he would tell us about how when he was younger, he used to sell things, and if we ask him for money, excess money, he would tell us how spoiled we are. So what is it that, made you, or, what is in your own DNA or your own thinking, your own blood or water, that enables you to convert things so easily and see it as almost as joy that you went through those things? I don't know if my question is clear, but there is, I don't know many people or anybody at all that easily converts. I don't even talk about it in such a negative way. You talk about your past experiences as though, look at it, it's happened to me. Well, it's happened, and this is what I'm doing now. This is my life, and you not with the pain as well. The pain is not there anymore. It doesn't sting you at all. You say that it's happened and you move on. What is it about you? What is it inside of you? If you know yourself, I don't know.
I don't know what it is about me. I don't think there is anything special about me. If there is anything special, maybe it's just about, how I've worked on myself to be able to convert things and to be able to discover myself and my life and I discover myself. I worked on myself. I developed myself, and and then I have faith in God. I read the Bible. I read other books. I develop myself. So it doesn't really matter what happens. What makes me different? What matters is what we do with that. And what we can do with that is to help other people to think like that. And that's what my own ministry is all about. My ministry is about changing the world and about changing the way the world thinks and about changing the value system of the world. And that's what I'm about. So it doesn't matter what makes me different and why I am like that. We don't care what help does it give you for you to know why I am like this. Okay, you know it, so what? You just need to know how you could become like that. That's what matters. So it's all about helping you people to be like me. That's why I'm sharing with you how I am, how I look at the world. That's why I am doing this, so that you will learn to do the same thing, and so that it's not only me who will be able to convert negative experiences into products. And that's why I have a whole series on my teaching, my YouTube teaching, and on my Sunday Adelaja blog, how to convert invisible things to tangible products. So anybody that needs that, could go to YouTube and learn about conversion. It's a whole art. And I told people there in that teaching that the most important word they will ever know in their life is about conversion. So I hope somebody will go and learn that word and listen to that and convert and learn to convert all their negative experiences. So the good thing now is that I could teach the word. And if I could teach the word, let's teach the word all together. And let's make the word to be more like Pastor Sunday. Let there be many more people like Pastor Sunday that convert their evil experiences to the best positive products possible.
Wow. Okay, guys, you heard that. It's not why or what, it is how. So that's the important thing. And that how is not just for him. It's not, there's nothing special. In his word, there's nothing special about him that made him able to do this. He chose to do this. He developed himself. So which means there's hope for me. There's hope for us and you, actually. There's hope for you too. So it's not about why, what struck me, what was there, what happened, what is in you. It is whatever is in him that made him able to do that, you can also attain it. And it's the how. And it's got teachings on how. So you know where you can get his teaching from. If you don't, go to YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. There's a playlist and there's several videos and topics that you can select and learn how. The how is on YouTube, free, no charge. Also, you can go on his blog, which is sundayadelajablog.com. sundayadelajablog.com. And of course, you're on Facebook already, Dr. Sunday Adelaja on Facebook. So, YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official, blog, sundayadelajablog.com, and here you are on Facebook, which is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So have you guys shared this? Please share if you haven't shared already, and if you have shared, maybe you should invite 1 or 2 friends so that we can continue together. The more, the merrier. Let me read your comments quickly, and we have it's no. Let's go up. Okay, there's loads of comments now. Wow. Chinwe said, I'm looking for trouble. Allow DSC to enjoy his time. Chinwe, I don't know what you're talking about. Turning negative references to positive. That's from D. Good evening, Pastor. Okay, sir. Somebody made a very good point. We're just going to go back because I think this question is really important. This is going back to the issue of health. And it says that, what about the hereditary or genetic diseases? Why and how to realize your life goals when you have to live with only half your energy? And, you know, when I read this part of this question, for the people, because we said it's an alarm system, but there's some people that are born with diseases and, you know, it's in them through genetics or hereditary, just like in this question. What about those ones? What does that mean? Thank you, Justin, for that question.
There is a message that I have somewhere there in my teachings on the YouTube. I think it's called the blessings or the advantages or the benefits of disability. The benefits of disability and barrenness even. So somebody could go and look for that. And that teaching should be somewhere there. Maybe somebody will put a link there for you now. And you go and listen to that. Because people like Nick Vujicic, who doesn't just living with a disease, he's living without arms, he's living without legs, he's just having a torso, that's all. And he's more productive than some of you who are here right now watching me. And he has more results, more wealth, more influence, and, you know, than most of you. So, you know, it's not about what you don't have. It's about what you do with what you have.
Yeah. Hello. Every time I think, oh, I can't imagine what the answer to this would be. And then he says something and I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, it makes so much sense. It's like, where is my common sense? Yeah, it's not common. Yes, that makes so much sense. So it's not, whatever it is, God using abilities and disability. So whatever you have or whatever position you find yourself, it's all in God's plan, and you can you can achieve with it. And, you know, the example that Pastor gave with Nick is absolutely true. I mean, he's doing a lot. You know, I've seen some of his videos, and he's doing a lot, more than I can say for myself. But hey, I'm just starting. So, guys, yes, that's a very good answer. So there's another question here, which is about you. What would you do differently, knowing all that you know now, if you had a time machine and would go back 10 years in time? This person is probably a scientist that's asking this question. So what would you do differently if you had a time machine and knowing what you know now?
What I would do differently? I will not do much differently. I would like to live my life. The only thing I would have liked to change about my life would have been my childhood. But I'm wary about changing it because I'm afraid if I change my childhood, I will not have what I have today, and I will not be who I am today. But that is the most horrible experience of my life, my childhood. And that is the only part of my life that I would have liked to change. But maybe I will not change it. Thank God I don't have to repeat it. But, you know, because they have taught me a lot of lessons and they have made me who I became. But about my adult life, you know, God, one of the greatest gifts God gave me is that God brought me to himself to know him personally from the age of 19. So from the age of 19, since I've come to know the Lord, there is nothing much I would like to change about my life. Before then, I was having boyfriends, girlfriends, discotheque, but that's the sinful life. But not a big day. I was not there for long. But, since I was 19, God helped me in two ways. He saved me on time. Secondly, He didn't allow me to remain in religion for long. I never was a church member in my life. And I only attended church for about 6 months before I left Nigeria. So I've never been infected by religion or by following the traditions of men. All my Christian life, my Christian work has been about me and God personally, personal relationship with God. So there is no much regret. From the age of 19, I've been living a focused, serious life like this. Even when I was not a minister, when I was just a student, I've always been studious, serious, being the best everywhere. So nothing really to say I want to. The only thing I could say I could do differently is with the church. Because when I started our church and God started giving me success, I was paying more attention to building mega church. And I spent a lot of years just, being satisfied that I'm building a mega church, which I did very fast. I built the largest church in Europe at the age of 33. And at that time, our church had only existed for a few years. From the age of 27, I started the church at the age of 27. So 27 to 33, 6 years. In 6 years, I built the largest mega church in Europe. So 6 years of ministry. And then, up to now, we still have thousands of people in our church. But what I would have done later on is that I would have laid less emphasis, even though there is need for mega church, I would have built the mega church, but not make that a big deal. I would have started to do what I started to do later on in life from 2009 when I started doing HMT. I would have started to do that much earlier. I would have started to do that from the very first year of the church. If I had started to do discipleship kind of training as I'm doing it now, since 2000 and let's say even from the year 2000, I would have had much more result than I'm having right now. So that's possibly the only thing I would have done differently. Otherwise, nothing much to do differently.
That was an interesting answer. From that answer, sir, you said that even building the mega church did not give you the result. Mega church did not give you the result. So from 2009, HMT, discipleship, gave you the results that you are satisfied with. That's really interesting because mega church numbers equates to
success.
Yes. Yes. Can you expand on that answer in terms of the mega church did not give you the result? It was the HMT that did. I've heard this before, but I think it would be good if others hear it. Please. And maybe there'll be pastors as well that could.
I've spent about 20 hours explaining this. And that is exactly what the last HMT was dedicated to. So the last HMT, there is a topic there, I think the second day or so. And I'm begging and I'm praying that Kate, my assistant Kate, will do what she needs to do and put order in the HMT, last HMT. Because the recordings we have on HMT are not, they are not all of them. What the recordings we have on YouTube about the last HMT is not complete. It's not in order. So Kate, my assistant, she's supposed to do that before the end of this week and put order in the HMT teachings and all the videos so that everything will be available there and be in the right order. But to cut a long story short, there is a teaching there I did about why I started Extreme Makers Training. And so there I have a whole explanation of what I was doing when I was having mega church and, how I changed from chasing after mega church into doing discipleship programs that I'm doing right now. So that, right now I can only talk for a few minutes, but there I spoke in details for many hours.
Yep.
Guys, I try to help you out if you can get a fast track answer to that, but I should have known better. Dr. Sunday don't do fast track. It's thorough, and I know that he has this video, so check it out. It's only a few weeks ago that we did the HMT, so check out the videos on HMT. It shouldn't be far from the list when you go on YouTube. So it's Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube. Sunday Adelaja Official. Look at the playlist. It's HMT 2017, and you will find the answer to this question. Okay? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. All right, sir. On the issue of pastors and, churches, building a church, there's a question here that it's about pastor. What is your advice for young pastors who have the lead to move to another country to start ministry, who have no financial backing? That's the question. I think I've heard this before. Hey.
That is the problem of our age. That question is born out of the mentality of our age, because all the ministers and ministries are emphasizing money. And because everybody is emphasizing money, even young ministers like this man is thinking that I need money to be able to please God, or I need money to be a missionary, or I need money to start a church. But really, you need God, and you need to tie yourself more with the invisible values and invisible wealth rather than the visible ones. If you have your personal relationship with God intact, if you would love the Lord and love people. I mean, the last HMT I did before now, the one I did in January, the January HMT is all about converting invisible wealth to visible wealth. There is no problem. I came to this country with $20 in my pocket and see what I have right now. So it's all about knowing your standing in the spirit with God. God is invisible, but is the source of all wealth. If you know him, and if you know other wealth, there is other source of wealth that I spoke about in that January HMT. If you go, the HMT is also on the January HMT. It's on YouTube. Go there, you will know that you have enough wealth already, and enough sources of riches, and enough sources of money that you can be a missionary to anywhere. If you go and just study that HMT and listen very well, you will discover that you don't have problem with money at all. Money is the least you should bother yourself with.
Okay, you heard it live and direct. Money is the least you should bother yourself with. So, as a young pastor, relationship with God, turning the invisible wealth into visible wealth. So, as Dr. Sunday's advice, check it out on YouTube. You will find a video that will help you, and listen to this over and over again until it resonates. And if you're somebody that watches Dr. Sunday already, you will know, you would get understanding of this if you don't. On the note of HMT, so you mentioned HMT, I just want to give a quick announcement about the upcoming HMT. This HMT, which is happening in July from Monday 3rd to the 5th, I believe. No, to the 7th. To the 7th.
I will not come. I don't know how do you know that date?
I've got a date here.
Who to give you that
Babush.
date? No, I'm not sure about that yet.
Okay.
It's not been confirmed with me yet. So
Oh, do you hear that? Okay. The dates have not been confirmed, but it would be in July. Is that okay?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't announce it yet. From what date you said?
From the 3rd to the 7th.
I don't know that yet.
Okay. Guys, HMT is coming up, but we don't know the dates yet. Okay? All right? Okay, there is another question, sir.
You are talking about notes. If you are talking about notes, I know Kate used to ask for notes of messages, all messages, any kind of message that people ever took, or the note that they should send to her to VIP. I've got a message, so you can make that.
Okay. All right. There's another announcement, guys, which is the notes that Kate has been asking for, which is notes of any teachings or live broadcasts that Dr. Sunday have done in the past that you have written. In whatever format you've written, as long as we can read it, please send it to vip@godembassy.org. So that's vip@godembassy.org. notes that you've written on any of Dr. Sunday's topic, just send it to us. We would really be grateful because we need it. Thank you very much.
And also, while you're making an announcement, let me make another announcement.
Hold on, production.
And this announcement is concerning those who might be, those of you who might be passionate about reading more of my books, especially my books that are already written, but that are in English already, but they need to be refined. The English needs to be refined. In the next 8 days, we need somebody who will be able to, in the next 8 days, read a whole book and be able to correct, the English language. The next eight days. So if you could help us in less than 10 days, anyway, in less than 10 days to read through the book and correct, just to make any correction you see there, to correct them. If you have that time to help us correct the English language books so that we'll be able to print them out. I want to print 50 books by my Golden Jubilee. 50 years, 50 books. And that's why I'm asking for this help. So, and it will be good for you people, because then you'll be able to have access to as many books of Pastor Sunday as possible. Like you are talking about emptying myself. That is emptying myself. But then you'll be able to have access to the books. So if you can help us right now, anyone who is there, you could help us edit the book. If you could help us edit the English language in a short period of time, within a week, please write edit right now. Just put edit. I can edit. I can edit. I want to help edit. Write it right now. Write something that, and some of you have already sent your name, and we already sent the books to you. I'm sure those ones who sent their names, they have gotten the books, but we need more people, so to have more books. So please quickly write right now that you can help us edit it within a week, and then we are going to send the books to you. Thank you. And those of you who have gotten the books already, please work on them, and in the next 7 days, please send back the books to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I can see your responses.
Are they sharing?
Yes, they're sharing, and also they're writing that they can edit. So I can see. Can you also share, please? Please share this video. I can see a few people saying I can edit. Well done, guys. Well done. This is really good. Good job. You would really gain from editing. I've experienced editing, and it was brilliant. Reading the book and editing, it really changed my mindset. It changed my views, and probably one of the propellers that led me here where I am today. So you would really benefit from it. It's a very, very good experience. So please do, guys. I can edit. I can see. Yay. Well done, guys. I can see lots of I can edit. Our time is fast approaching. We've only got 7 minutes. And there's one question which is related to this topic.
Those people who have said they can help edit right now, let them write their emails.
Okay.
If they can write their emails right now.
Yes.
And then you say that to them.
Guys, if you've written that you can edit, can you also
mention their names right there and tell them to write their email.
Charles Smith, that meant I can edit. Please write your email also. What else? Chidinma, please write your email. Chinelo, please write your email. Fisaya, we've got your email. Pauline, please write your email. Everyone that's written that I can edit, also include your email so that we can contact you. Please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for sharing. Keep on sharing, please. Keep on sharing. So I think this is going to be the final question, sir, because of the
Who knows,
maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. How do you learn to reach non-Christians to come to the church? Or how did you learn to?
It's very simple with it. I mean, I learned to minister to people by touching them, by making them to feel the touch of God, God's love. I minister to people by helping them to feel the touch of God's love. And if you want to know about that, we also spoke about that in the HMT here. And Jefferson actually gave a whole big testimony about that. And I have teachings on that on my YouTube and on my So how to touch God's love, to touch people with God's love, basic. And I teach people to do the same. And I also teach people to invade their promised lands. That is how we touch people and teach them to come to Christ. People should just go and listen to my teachings. I talk about this a lot.
Okay. How to learn to invite people to your church? Or the question precisely is...
Nice question. We have already answered that.
Oh, sir, you just don't want this to be the last question. Thank you. Okay. There's this question. I just want to read it out because I don't really understand it. How do you give a testimony that's nearly impossible to explain or believe?
How do you give?
Yeah, a testimony that is nearly impossible.
I don't think it's a question. I think it's an exclamation. I think people are just saying that the testimonies they are hearing from here are unbelievable.
Okay.
I have a whole film about my life that is called Unbelievable Yet Undeniable. Yeah, that's what our ministry is all about. Things that are unbelievable, but yet they are undeniable. And the testimonies of our people also, they testify to that. Even DSA family people's testimony, they are always unbelievable, but yet undeniable.
Okay. Right. I thought that was going to be the last question. So, but I don't want to leave you, so I'm not trying to hurry, but I just don't want to waste time. Okay, there's one question that says, it's also about church and Christianity. So it says that, good evening, Pastor. What is your view on pastors doing deliverance program for members? Because I've witnessed a deliverance program where snake came out from the woman in question. So is it right for pastors to host deliverance programs for members?
If a pastor or a church is doing deliverance services for their members, it's a testimony of the failure of that ministry and of that pastor. Yeah. If any church is doing deliverance services for members of their church, nobody should go to that church. It is a confirmation that that church has failed the members, and that the pastor is irresponsible, and the pastor is a failure and a disgrace and a charlatan or ignorant. Because even though deliverance services should not be, I don't say they shouldn't be conducted in the church, but even if they are going to be conducted in the church, they should only be conducted for people who are not church members or who are not believers at all. So deliverance, first of all, are meant for unbelievers. And if deliverance are being conducted for church members, it means that the pastor has done a bad job. The pastor has not trained his members to be able to be strong enough believers who are strong, who are not. First of all, how can they even become members if they still have demons in them? If they still have, they are carrying snake. In our church here, church members people who come to church get deliverance the very same day or the next day, the very first week they get saved. There is no way you can carry demons in the church for more than 1 or 2 days. Anybody who meets you in the church can bring you deliverance. So deliverance, we conduct deliverance for people who get saved that same day. But we don't do deliverance for church members. These are just for the newcomers. So if you have members who are church members, so it means they have been there for more than a week. They have been there for more than a year. They have been there for years and years, and they are still carrying demons. That church has failed, and is a disgrace. Church deliverance shouldn't be conducted in churches, and if they are going to be conducted in churches, they should be conducted only for people who are coming from the world or people who are newcomers, but not for church members.
So there you have it, finito. Deliverance for members conducted by pastors is a sign of failure. Vico, done. So I needless to say anymore. It's not right. It's not necessary. It's a sign of failure. I don't know what else to say. Guys, it's been a pleasure being with you this evening. I'm looking forward.
1 or 2 minutes.
I still do. Guys, DSA, man. I don't want to leave, guys. Don't get worried. Okay.
Now you are in a hurry at the end.
No, I'm not in a hurry. I just don't want to go over the time. Okay, let's go.
I also have thought about that in the beginning.
Okay. Tomorrow. I will think about this tomorrow. So, somebody's asked, I have a challenge with my wife. She always go against DSA. You, sir. I have said everything, but she does not understand. I really don't know what to do. This one for me.
Your wife, I understand your concern, especially if you respect DSA and your wife doesn't respect him and is going against him. But, you shouldn't carry it on. You shouldn't carry that on your head. You shouldn't make that tragedy out of that. The fact that somebody doesn't like DSA, or the fact that somebody is against DSA or doesn't recognize DSA, that person has the right to oppose to DSA. That person has the right not to believe in DSA. That person have the right to be against what Pastor Sunday is talking about. Everybody is a free agent in this world. Everybody is free to have their own opinion. Everybody is a human being, free will. Everybody has a free will to believe or not to believe, to respect or not to respect, to regard or to disregard. It's a choice. It's a human right. So I think you should honor the opinion and the freedom of speech of your wife, even though you are the husband. But she's a human being. She's a grown up. You cannot tie her down. You cannot make her, you cannot break her will. Even God didn't break our will. Even God is not enforcing his will upon us. I mean, I think, especially if the person is your wife, you only need to show her good examples. You only need to show her the lifestyle and the attitude of, the right attitude to a woman, as Pastor Sunday teaches. If you will practice what Pastor Sunday teaches and how a woman should be treated, there is no woman in this world that will not fall at your feet and that will not do everything you want her to do. If you want her to listen to DSA and to fall, in fact, she will fall in love with DSA just by looking at you, because you have demonstrated the teachings of DSA to her. Because she will say, is it this man who taught you this thing? If this man is the one who taught you all these principles and these things that you are doing, I want to follow that man. There is no human being, no man that will practice everything that I've taught. And how to be a man in the family, how to be a man in the society, and how to be a husband, how to treat a woman, how to respect a woman, how to honor a woman. If you will treat a woman the way I treat women, if you will treat your woman, your wife, or any other woman around, how I teach that women should be treated, and how I treat that men should behave themselves. Go and listen to my series on men, and go and listen to my series on women. By the time you finish listening to all these messages and you inculcate them to be part of your life, so that you are not just listeners and not a doer, but if you will be a concrete doer of what I teach, if you will honor her the way I honor my wife and the way I honor other women, your wife will be coming to say, let's go to DSA. So it's not a big deal. If you are concerned about it, the only thing you could do is to epitomize my teachings, and you will not need to be concerned about it anymore.
Wow. Look at that answer. Gosh, I can believe it. I wouldn't say that I cannot believe it, because I live here, so I know I can believe that answer. That answer is just the norm. It's our day-to-day living here. So there you had it. Epitomize DSA. Whoever you are, husband out there, men out there. And the great thing for me, I'm not surprised with the end of this answer. I'm more surprised with the fact that, so what if he doesn't like me? She doesn't have to like me. How many people can say that? She doesn't have to like me. She doesn't have to watch me. She doesn't have to agree with me. I love that. Just hearing that alone, do you want to love him? Because he allows you to do whatever you want. Even Jesus gave you free will. Those are the quotes that I had today. It's been an amazing evening. As usual, I've enjoyed my time with you. I always enjoy my time with DSA, and I know that you guys do too. So join us again tomorrow. Share this and join us again tomorrow. I cannot wait for tomorrow's questions. And please send your questions. If there are no questions, you just hear more of my voice waffling, laughing, showing you my teeth and my red lipstick. So send your questions so that you don't see too much of this and you hear more of Dr. Sunday. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Mwah. See you tomorrow, same time. Check it out.